Hey everybody, Greg again from Heck Yeah, You Can Cook. And today we are going to roast a chicken. That's right, just like Grandma used to do Sunday evenings, Sunday afternoons, make the house smell good. You come home, have a wonderful meal with the family. Heck yeah, you can do it. Do this right, you can make 2 or 3 meals out of this. Doesn't take much work, light prep, just a few aromatics, chicken. I've got my Pampered Chef roaster over here, but you can use any roaster you like. And a little thyme, a little love, yes, heck yeah, you'll become a legend. While I got everybody's attention, please like, share, and subscribe. Love getting new subscribers every day. Please join us on our Facebook group, TikTok, Instagram, and just type in heck yeah, and you should be able to find us. Thanks. Today's tools you're going to need. Now, you're going to need a probe thermometer. I don't have that out, but you'll need that toward the second part of the dish as we're getting close to finishing, and make sure you get to 165. I've got my deep dish roaster over here from Pampered Chef ready to go. I've got a knife because there's a few little things you're going to need to chop, and I've got a cooling rack over here. I'm going to let the chicken sit and rest for a little bit. You're going to need a couple plates too, and a good pair of heavy-duty tongs to lift the chicken out when you're finished. The ingredients today, I've got a 6.75 pound young chicken here. You can use any type of roaster you want. Make sure you've cleaned out the cavity. Make sure if there's any gizzards, any necks. Some places give you those, some places don't, that you've discarded them, or made cat food out of them if you'd like. I've got 2 stalks of celery. This goes through our chops. These are just sliced. We've got 7 cloves of garlic, 3 that we've halved, and then 4 that we have minced. You're going to see the reason why in just a second. I've got 1 apple, that it can be any type of apple you want, and it has been chopped, or not chopped, but just cut into small wedges. I've got 1 small and medium orange peeled, and then I've just got the wedges here. You're going to want the peeling, so you do not discard the peeling. I've got 1 group of salt here. It's just in reserve, a couple tablespoons, because we're going to be putting the salt, handling the raw chicken, so I want to be able to discard it afterwards. Same thing for some cracked black pepper. And I've got some spray olive oil that we're going to use in just a little bit. Now, you're going to be wanting to preheat your oven. Now, I've got mine going to 375 to 400 degrees. I use 400 because I've got a covered roaster and this will not scorch it. I would use 375 if your chicken's not going to be covered or have really good aluminum foil. Now, in order to think about how long this is going to take you, this prep is really not that long. It takes a couple minutes to chop. It takes about 5 minutes here to get the chicken prepped to put into the roaster. It's going to take about 3 hours to cook it, cool it, and then cut it. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're working for your time frame for the day. But it will make you a legend, heck yeah. Let's look at the chicken here. Now, we're going to start on the back side of the bird, so I'm going to turn it over. Now, always another good tool to have is some paper towels. Keep patting it dry to make sure it's good and dry. Now, I always start on the back side. We're going to work under the skin. Now, we're a little close up here. You literally just lift the skin off of the bird. Takes a little bit of applying. And then I take some salt, pinch it in, some pepper, pinch it in, and then we've got our nice poultry blend of seasoning here, and this basically comes in a pack, all right? And this is herbs, and it's rosemary, thyme, and sage. And if you have those plants in your yard, that's fantastic. You don't have to buy those at the store. If you don't, they come in the package. It's called poultry blend. May have forgotten to mention that with spices. I got it now. We're going to just stuff some of those seasoning right in the back. Just a couple sprigs. And then that minced garlic, we'll put some of that in there too. And we're going to turn the bird around to show the camera here. And work through some of this skin as well. See, I just pull the flaps up. Salt. Pepper. On the fresh herbs. Up and under. Down that leg. Repeat for the backside. Now that we've got that, we flip her over. Hit her with another paper towel. Keep getting it dry. You're going to want to really clean your kitchen counter. Make sure you get all that chicken juices up, the raw chicken. Make sure you clean it well afterwards. We're going to work the skin up here as well. More salt. As you see, we're just repeating our little process. Garlic. Fresh herbs. Now you do the same thing with the back side of the chicken right here. Turn it around. We're going to be putting this in. Get that garlic in this part here. More of the herbs. Some of the harder skins, make sure you strip those off. Put that right under that skin. Put that down. Now, see this nice cavity here? It holds a lot of stuff. What I do is I take whatever herbs are left, work those in there. Don't be shy, all of them. Even ones with hard stems, because they're not going to eat this part. A couple more pinches of the salt right on the inside. And the pepper. Remember those halves of garlic? All those in. 3/4 to 4/5 of the celery. All in. Almost all the apples. All in. Orange peel. You don't want to put a whole lot, and I use the whole orange in this part. You know, put bread in here, make stuffing, it just dries the bird out. We're going to add moisture. There we go. Now we're going to come over to our roaster. We're going to set this aside. And this is a good time to wash your hands. All right, we've cleaned up and washed our hands. Here's your terracotta dish baker. We're going to set the lid off. Now, the thing about this, the more you use it, the more it gets seasoned. So if it's a little brown in there, it's a good thing. Great product, Pampered Chef. Now I take a few of the apples that were left. Put a few on the bottom. Same for a little bit of the celery. And the rest of that garlic. Throw it in there. Ta-da! Now we're going to bring our roaster over. And this is when I lightly spray just a little bit of oil across the top of the bird. And we've stuffed it with all that seasoning. Okay, we'll set this in. All right, you're done. What I like to do here is add just a little more salt across the top, a little more pepper. Then we're gonna wash our hands one more time. What I like to do here is I got the chicken. We're gonna put it in the oven, and I'm gonna bake it, and I'm not gonna touch it for 2 hours. The rule of thumb is, if you have, for every pound of chicken you have, you roast it for 25 minutes. 25 minutes, all right? So you're looking at 2 hours in this covered. That's gonna be enough for about 5-pound bird. This is 6.75. Because you're gonna have it covered, it's gonna cook a little faster. So after 2 hours, I then uncover and put the temperature probe in, and we'll show doing that and covering it with a little bit of foil to make sure it doesn't brown. Heck yeah. The timer has gone off. It's time to get our bad boy out. Look at that. Ooh, isn't she looking pretty? Now folks, I set my thermometer for 170. I just like that better. I don't want to get a false reading and pull out a part of the thigh. And folks, we are done. Matter of fact, we are well past done. Come into here. Yes, sir. So this wonderful roaster we got from Pampered Chef did its job. We've checked the temperature and she is finished. Well over the 165 mark in all the critical areas. Now I check deep in the breast, and then again I check toward the back meat back here, just to make sure she is all the way done. So what we'll do now is I let this sit, and I set a timer for 30 minutes. I know it's hard because it smells so good, okay? And then we're going to simply cut, and I'll show you a couple secrets on cutting this beautiful bird. Everybody, we have let the beautiful bird cool for about 35 minutes or so. It's time to kind of show us how we're going to take this thing apart. Now, it is just as beautiful as you could ever want a chicken to be. If you like to show this to people before you carve it at the table, that is fine. I've got a plate here, real simple. All right, I've got a nice heavy fork. I've got my carving knife, all right, and I've got a pair of tongs. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna remove the bird from the plate, right on the plate. Now all this wonderful stock and juice you've got here, you can save. I actually like to use a little bit as an au jus on the side if any of the pieces. I do serve this over rice, and so you can put that in a little container such as this. Drain that right out and serve this alongside if you'd like. There you go. And I have also taken this and just made it into a stock to use to cook rice with it later. Just wonderful. So don't waste all this wonderful flavor that's sitting down here. Bring over the bird. I turn this into me, and now we just take out all the wonderful things we use to cook with. I set them into a discard bowl. Now all that flavor has gone into the chicken. Ta-da! Now, taking another plate, we lift up right here. The leg will probably snap right off. Quick cut. Set the leg aside. That one fell completely apart, which is fine. Same thing for the wings. This wing's already, if you cook the chicken well, she comes apart so clean. We get thigh meat next. Kind of work underneath there. How beautiful that's looking, folks. Thigh comes right off, right down the middle. Now you can serve this as a single piece, or you can slice like so, right across. Have beautiful slices for your dinner guests. Now, it's very important you let this cool. Have some patience. If not, you're going to scald yourself pretty badly trying to work this out. I won't bore you. You're just going to see the basics. Just do that for the other part. There you go, folks. Slow roasted aromatics in your roasted chicken in your Pampered Chef covered oven. There is your au jus. Can't wait to eat this. Smells fantastic. Everyone have a wonderful day.